This is our 7th, 8th, that sounds good, somewhere around there. These are awesome, these are lots of fun. I ask you now, please silence all your cell phones. If you have a pager, which you never know, silence that too. And please, no flash photography. It is dangerous to the actors on stage. Sit back, relax, and let us take you into the wonderful world of Mary Poppins.
Winds in the east, there's a mist coming in, like something is brewing, about to begin. What lies in store, but I feel what's to happen will happen before. A father, a mother, a daughter and son. Threads of their lives forever undone. Something is needed to twist them as tight as a string you might use when you're flying a kite. Ching chingady ching ching chari ching chari.
Hurry up, Jane, let's run! Get back here, McFly! Just look at your lesson! I can't do my lessons if you're flying a kite! And you can't make us! You're only on Nanny!
What was like? How's the little going to be today?
By Jove! Is that the beauteous Miss Lawrence I spotted on the horizon? Not now, number 17. Still want to go with that.
Always right off my cap. This one's the hardest to find on the map. Cherry Tree Lane, as sweet as a song, but the nannies who come here, they don't stay for long. Chim chimani chim chim, cherry chim charoo.
Katie Nana, those little geese have run away from me for the last time. And who gets stuck with the children with no nanny in the house? Me, that's who. I said my say, Mrs. Brill. That's all I'll say. I'm done with this house. Forever. Well, good riddance then, and mind you don't stumble on your way out.
Nana, where are you going? Katie Nana?
Katie Nana's gone, and is it anyone we're driven half to mend by your children's pranks?
Do you really think I made another blunder? What on earth am I to say to Mr. Banks? George, dear, I'm feeling so bereft, dear. Another nanny's left, dear. Every nanny goes, where unlucky I suppose. We are never going to find the perfect nanny.
Nonsense! Precision and order, that's all that I ask. The running of a household, a straightforward task. The children, the servants, all your domain must I remain the sovereign of Cherry Tree Lane. Coat, the simple truth is you've engaged 6 nannies in the last 4 months and you've all been unqualified disasters. A nanny should govern, a nanny should rule. A nanny is a paragon who suffers no fool. A nanny is a stalwart our children would gain by having such a nanny in Cherry Tree Lane.
Of course, George,
But take control of situations. Show your authority when interviewing staff. You know your role, they know the stations. Efficiency and forethought cut the jobs in half. Briefcase.
I could find someone like your old nanny. I thought keep from the children. She always looks so cross.
Fed never confuse efficiency with a liver complaint. Umbrella.
Precision and order, that's all that he wants.
Like the army barracks,
Yes, and we're in the mess. Under the nannies,
alternating insane. We're living in a madhouse.
in Cherry Tree Lane.
Now, Fred, if you do want to please me,
You know I do, George.
very well. Then place an advertisement in the Times saying that Jane and Michael Banks require the best possible nanny at the lowest possible wage.
We better give them ours before they make another mistake.
I would sincerely stress that
Father,
What's that you're holding, dear?
we've written our own advertisement.
What on earth could you be
George,
black?
please. I think we should hear it.
Now, Winifred, none of your
It
theatrics.
won't hurt to listen.
Wanted a nanny for 2 adorable children.
Adorable. Well, that's debatable, I must say.
If you want this choice position, have a cheery disposition, rosy cheeks, no more. That's the part I put in. Leggings, all sorts. You must be kind, you must be witty, very sweet and fairly pretty.
Well, of all the ridiculous
George,
things I've...
please.
Take us on outings, give us treats, sing songs, bring sweets. Never be cross or cruel, never feed us castor oil or gruel. Love us as a son and daughter, and barley water. If you won't scold and dominate us, we will never give you cause to hate us. We want hundred spectacles so you can see. Put toads in your barrel, pepper in your tea. Hurry, Nanny, Nanny thanks sincerely, Jane and Michael Banks.
That's quite enough Tommy Rod for one day. Would you please get on and let me get to work?
They were only trying to help.
It won't help anyone make me late. Where's my hat?
George, dear,
Hat.
I thought you put it down here. I'm sure a bowler hat can simply disappear. Hat.
You think you'll find a nanny who doesn't run away.
Brushed it with boot polish.
Discipline and order, that's all that he asks. The running of the household, the reward task. The children, the servants, all of your domain.
Must I remain the sovereign? Mind you today well.
He remains the
I
sun.
shall be home by 6 o'clock sharp.
He remains the sun.
Cherry Tree Lane.
Good morning.
Yes.
I have come in answer to the advertisement.
What advertisements? We haven't placed any advertisements, not yet.
George and Winifred Banks live here, do they not?
Mr. and Mrs. Banks live here, yes?
And you are looking for a nanny?
Well, I suppose.
Very well then. Now, let's see.
take us on outings, give us treats, play games, all sorts, which I most certainly can.
Michael, it's our advertisement.
Rosy cheeks and fairly pretty. There's no objection on that score, I hope.
Oh, none at all.
I'm glad to hear it.
But take it up with Miss Max. Nothing domestic ever goes by me. She handles all that side of things. And don't forget the references.
I will make it a rule never to give references. But I thought it was usual. A very old-fashioned idea to my mind. The best people never acquire them now.
Oh, I see. You will have every third Thursday evening off from 5 until 9.
The best people give every second Wednesday off from 6 until late, ma'am. And that is what I shall take.
Oh, well, it's all settled then.
As long as I am satisfied, I'll see the children now, thank you.
Of course. You'll find they're very nice children. Now this is...
Oh, Mary Poppins. Now, Jane, don't stare. And close your mouth, Michael. We are not a codfish. Now, come along, children. Best foot forward. Spit spot.
Mrs. Brill, we found a new nanny. She passed her interview then? Or I did.
What's this?
Very tidy, I must say. Tidier than I was expecting. Who's responsible for that?
Mrs. Brill, I am. I like to keep things neat.
Do you indeed? Well, I look forward to making use of that. If it's one thing I appreciate, it's a child whose word I can depend on. Who's she when she's at home?
That's Valentine. She's mine.
From the look on her face, I'm not sure she'd agree with you.
She's just a doll. I don't want to play with her right now.
Would you like that? And she may not want to play with you. Now, first things first, I always say the proper place to hang a hat is on a hat stand.
There's nothing in it. You better keep an eye on this one. She's tricky. Mary Poppins, how could you know we wanted a nanny when we made our list?
Your list? I'm not an item in the Whitby shop, thank you very much.
Well, how did you come then? It's as if the wind just blew you here.
It did. Now, stand over there. Just as I thought. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome little boy.
You're making that up. A noisy, mischievous, troublesome.
Now you. Thoughtless, short-tempered, untidy.
I don't believe it. Let me see.
By the time the wind has blown
like Poppins.
I'm practically perfect in every way.
Practically perfect.
So people say. Each virtue virtually knows no bound. Each trait is great and patently sound. I'm practically perfect from head to toe. If I had a fault, it would never dare to show. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Both prim and proper and never too stern. Well educated, yet willing to learn. I'm clean and honest, my manner refined. And I wish you something sensible kind. I suffer no nonsense, and whilst I remain, there's nothing else I feel I need explain. I'm practically perfect in every way. Practically perfect, that's my forte. Uncanny nannies are hard to find. Unique yet meek, unspeakably kind. Practically perfect, not slightly sore. Running like an engine that's just been freshly oiled. I'm so practically perfect in every way. Well, those are my credentials. Perhaps you have a few questions?
Not temperamental.
Never.
How grouchy you'll go.
Very soft.
Will you stay tender when the going gets tough?
Quite the contrary.
Do you read stories without a big fuss? Or have objections to playing with us?
Oh, I like games, but I choose them.
But no, that's not fair!
Some minor improvements may not go amiss, but at all times you must remember this.
You're practically perfect in every way.
I guarantee
chin chin chiroo. I does what I likes and I likes what I do. Today I'm a scriber, and as you can see, scriber's an artist of highest degree. It's all my own work from your memory.
Oh man, not these again.
Come on, Mr. Barkeep, it's just the pictures like it always is. Ain't no harm.
I will be the judge of that. This is my pub, and I say you're interfering with the public railing. I want those removed right this. Well, you just watch it, alright? You just watch it, that's all.
Stay right there. I know that silhouette anyway. Mary Poppins.
It's nice to see you, Bert.
You look swell, if I could say.
How does he know you? He can't know you. You've only just arrived.
I wasn't born 1 minute before I walked into your house, Michael Banks. Do you know these two, Bert?
I've seen him running about chasing a kite.
It isn't a real kite.
So what are you up to?
Mary Poppins says it's a game. It's called A Walk in the Park. Some game. I'd rather eat spinach.
Come on, Bert. You're due for a break, and you promised you'd take me out when we met again. Or have you forgotten?
Of course I ain't, Mary, but...
Oh dear, is that all you've got? Never mind, my treat. And no one's charging for the trees in the sky, are they?
Mary Poppins, is he really coming with us?
Why shouldn't he?
Well, to start with, he's very dirty.
What's
Papa
that?
would never approve. You're too dirty to come with us. We don't want to go to the stinky park anyway.
Oh, yes, you do. Because when you walk with Mary Poppins, you go to places you'd never imagined. And if she says she's got a game, I'm sure she has something in mind.
Is that a picture of the park? That's not the park. That's our park anyway. Look, that tree's much brighter green, and the sky's quite a different blue.
I think you'll find it's just the way I've drawn it. All that it takes is a path. Something as plain as a spark becomes a wonderland. All you have to do is look anew, then you'll understand why it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Mary makes your heart so light.
Oh, really?
When the day is grey and ordinary, Mary makes the sun shine bright. Oh, happiness is blooming all around us. The daffodils are smiling at the dove.
I haven't the faintest idea.
When Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band.
Enough brass for all of us.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. No wonder that it's Mary that we love.
Boring, just like all the nannies thinking. Parks are good for us. It's just statues, lots and grannies. I don't understand all the fuss. Is she doing this despite us? We could lose her for love. Perhaps that's all a plot. I'll tell you what, she seems so different, but I bet she's not. There is nothing to excite us in the heart. What was that?
You're quite wrong, you know. I'm Nelius. Surely you should know that. You've sat beneath me long enough. I've waited half a century to take a walk on a sunny day like this.
Ain't it a glorious day, bright as the morning in May?
I could fly.
In the grass so green, or a bluer sky.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with Mary. Better days I've ever known.
You can ask the passing set to Mary. Nothing's ever set
In stone.
Morning, Constable.
You two look tip-top, I must say.
Thank you. As you may.
Each man out with his dog will stand agog to see a statue take a gentle jog.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday, Mary.
It's a jolly holiday with you both. Gentlemen like you are few. Though you're just a diamond in the rough, but underneath your blood is blue. You'd never think of pressing your advantage. Forbearance is the hallmark of your creed. A lady needn't fear when you are near. Your sweet gentility is crystal clear.
It's crystal clear.
Oh, it's a jolly holiday with you both. A jolly, jolly holiday with you.
She's an old friend of my father's.
Your father? Your statue. You can't have a father.
Well, if that's true, then why would I miss him so much?
Isn't he one of the other statues?
No, he lives far away from here.
Do you really miss him?
Well, wouldn't you if you hardly ever got to see your father?
I'll have to think about that.
That's what it was. The flips happened. There's a statue missing. Well, this is your fault, isn't it? I knew we would have trouble the moment you arrived.
Have you lost your marbles?
Okay, well, now there's a statue missing.
Will you play with us again?
Of course, I won't be going anywhere.
Then we'll see you soon.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, Julius.
along to say goodnight.
Tell them you've given me the message.
George, please.
Daddy, we've had a fantastic day. We sang with the buska and danced with statues, and we met Queen Victoria. We now have proof of
If you know that, then why to do it?
Daddy, can I have a kite, a proper one?
Could you fly it?
You could always teach me.
When would I have the time to do that?
Daddy, who is the father of Neleus?
Would you please let me get on? Good night.
Poor Michael. All he cares about is flying kites and his beloved astronomy, of course.
I used to love astronomy at his age, but my nanny Miss Andrews soon beat it out of me.
I suppose we do need a nanny, George. Is it out of the question to do without one?
Don't be absurd. Of course we need a nanny. All the best people have nannies, so the wives can do the charity work and entertain. Which reminds me, how is your tea party coming along?
I'm not sure. It seems so odd to send out invitations to people I hardly know.
But they're people you should know. Remember, by your friends shall ye be judged.
But that's the point. They're not my friends. Actually, I heard from Clemmy Bunting today. She's rehearsing a new play at the moment, and I thought I might ask
Fred,
her...
how many times must I tell you? I wish it severed all connection with that part of your life.
But, George, I was an actress. Lots of people might find that interesting, though you always talk as if I should be ashamed of it.
It's not exactly something you should be proud of. Winifred, I'm only thinking of you. I want people to admire you, to respect you.
I know, George, but sometimes it's hard.
It is not hard. It is your job to be Mrs. Banks.
And what is your job?
To pay for everything. What is it?
I was only going to kiss you.
Oh, okay. Are you going to talk to Mary Poppins about this afternoon?
I don't think so.
Very well. Just make sure she's doing things our way and not hers. Look at our rules, if you can bend them. We need a nanny who is disciplined and stern. With boys and girls, you don't befriend them. I fear that Mary Poppins has a lot to learn.
Being Mrs. Banks should be an easy role, but yet it's one which I don't seem too good at on the whole. I have a comfy home, I have a simple life, I have a name which tells the world I'm someone else's wife. Being Mrs. Banks, what does that entail? Facing tests of character, I always seem to fail. And as for his best people, I'd like to say no thanks. They're not exactly my idea of being Mrs. Banks.
I still feel as if I'm dreaming so much. On just one day, when Mary holds your hand, you feel so grand. Your heart starts beating like a big brass band. I'm sure Neleus is beaming, and so she will stay. Let's hope she will stay.
Things do change, tides can turn, sink or swim, see what you learn. Me, I was told when I was young, just learn a trade, so I learned them all. Chim chimney, chim chim cherry.
Morning, Bert.
Morning, Uncle.
Next I see.
What was that?
Morning, Bert. What's the next I see?
Gotta keep the streets tip-top.
How's the board number 17? No smooth sailing with Mary Poppins, did you?
There's rough weather on every voyage, Admiral.
Oh, so. What we need is a touch of the cat and a night on the yacht.
What those children need, Emerald, is a touch of happiness.
Look at still, the guests arrive. Everything's under control now. And what about the cake? Cooling on the tray waiting to be iced. And you're quite sure you know how to ice it? Quite sure. And in case you're worried, I have not been exchanged by the fairies for a total nincompoop. No.
No.
Well, I'll just go up and check the drawing room then.
I'd like to be helpful.
I'd like to be rich, but the good Lord thought otherwise.
Mother wants you in the drawing room.
Well, she can't have me. I've got enough on my plate as it is.
She says that you can tell him what to do.
Does she indeed? Well, why don't I go and have a smoke near the gasworks for good measure?
Please, Mrs. Brill, I don't mind. Honest.
All right. I will give you one task and one task only. And so help me, if you get this wrong, I will swing for you and sing as they pull the lever.
What is it, Mrs. Brill?
Put the icing tools next to the cake, and I will need a bowl of hot water to warm them. I will make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Icing tools, cake, hot water. I'll make the icing as soon as I'm back.
Now, do you think you can manage that?
Is that all?
For you, yes. For me, no. Once the cake's done, I've the sandwiches next, because Madame wants them fresh, so I can't start them until there's no time to finish them. I swear a slave in ancient Rome was on a pleasure cruise compared to my life in this house.
Well, don't just stand there.
Right, no.
What are you looking for?
A bowl for water.
Michael, I have an idea. Why don't we make our own icing? Because we don't know how. Don't be so feeble. Don't get the eggs. If Miss Brill can do it, it can't be that hard. Are there eggs in icing? There are in mine.
I don't think Mrs. Brill will thank you.
Then she would be guilty of great ingratitude. It's supposed to look like this.
It doesn't when Mrs. Brill makes it.
Don't be impertinent. Get me the cake.
Honestly, Mrs. Jane, I was just trying to be helpful. If you would.
Hey, should I call the doctor? How can you two be so unkind when you know how important my party is? You two deserve some very nasty medicine. Just you wait till bedtime.
I don't think we should wait until then now. Why not go upstairs and get changed? We'll corrupt, won't we?
But we're not ill. I won't take it and you can't make me.
That, as in so many things, your information is faulty. Open.
Oh, it's strawberry ice.
Now you.
I'm not sure I like strawberry ice.
And I'm not sure I care. Open.
Lime cordial.
Come along, children. Michael, I know you like to keep things neat. Jane.
Must we? Can't Robinson do it when he gets up? He is a servant.
With that attitude, you'll go through a lot of staff before you're very old. Besides, in every job that must be done, there's an element of fun. You find the fun and snap. The job's a game.
How did you get them to do it?
Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down.
The medicine?
Go down, medicine, go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in the most delightful way. Most delightful way. Come along, children. We must be off. Best foot forward.
Sorry, ma'am. Apparently this came this morning and Robertson A forgot to give them to you. Their apologies, ma'am, from your guests. They're not coming. None of them. Oh, do you think we chose the wrong day? No, ma'am. I think you asked the wrong people.
In a most delightful way. I thought we could play our next game.
What game?
A visit to the bank.
That's not a game. Did Daddy agree? If he did, you must have put the idea into his head somehow.
What an impertinent thing to say. Me putting ideas into other people's heads. Really?
Great men have dreams of power and position, and it's our job to back them to the hilt. For shrewd investment and advice, they'll pay our price. The bedrock on which banks are built. Banks, alert! I see our bond hustlers coming in again today. Have you made your final decision?
I believe so, sir.
Good, good. Make sure it's the right.
All targets on nets.
Hey, Banks, what objectives do you have? My security is more than adequate, and Latin America is an expanding market. What's the matter? Have no break?
Mr. Van Huster, what I haven't been able to grasp is, what exactly is your final product?
What do you think? Money, of course.
Yes, money, but making money out of money, is that enough?
Are you man enough to be a banker? A building in Paris, with many distant lights, and in the world I am tired, my soul that goes, that's in the chest with all our
Setting the market, doing it progress. Lives over forever. Business is brisk.
Have you come to a decision, Mr. Banks? There's a town of good people whose future depends on it.
I know that.
Give us this chance. You won't regret it. The factory could be running in weeks, expanding before the year's out. Believe me.
I do believe you, Mr. Northbrook. And I've tried to find a way, but there is just not collateral.
What about my workforce? Decent men who want a better living? They're my collateral. My men have dreams to earn an honest living, a wife and kids, a home to call their own. If you'd invest in us today, it paves the way. I promise we'd repay the loan.
I'm sorry, Mr. Northbrook, but I just... What on earth are you doing here? Can't you see I'm busy?
No, we're done. A man should never be too busy for his children. What are you doing here, young man? Come for some money as well.
What would they need money for?
It's never too early to learn its value.
I know the value of this, 6 pence.
No, that's its worth. Its value is how you spend it. Do good, and you may get good luck.
Now, what do you say to Mr. Northbrook?
Thank you.
I'll wait outside.
Mary Poppins, I am not without a sense of humor.
Aren't you,
But
Mary?
no, I am not. When I was a little boy, I would have never dared interrupt my father.
Were you ever a little boy?
Of course I was. But my nanny, Miss Andrews, kept me out of my father's way, and he had been very annoyed if she hadn't.
What about your mother?
I shouldn't think I saw either of them once a week.
Didn't they mind?
Mind? They were glad to get rid of me.
Then who kissed you goodnight? Miss Andrews?
Certainly not. There was no time for hugs and kisses and all that sappy nonsense.
Poor Daddy.
Poor? What do you mean, poor? That's what made me the man I am today. Right, Mary Poppins?
Yes, I'm afraid it did.
Well, you've seen where I walk. Now, I have a great deal to do.
When you invest the bank's money, what are you looking for? A good man or a good idea?
I suppose I'd say it's a good idea, but a good man is much more valuable, much more rare.
Come along, children.
Mr. Van Hustler, I've considered your arguments, but my answer is no.
So you don't recognize a good idea?
Perhaps not, but I do recognize a good man when I see one.
You will regret this, Fairbanks.
A man with dreams that life hasn't broken. A man with hopes, ambitions to fulfill. A man you're certain at first glance deserves a chance. Now, Mr. Northbrook, when exactly can your factory open?
Thank you. You won't regret this. is tuppence.
What are you doing? I'm going to give him my sixpence.
What a waste! That is a matter of opinion. Here, one back, please. Save your sixpence. All around the cathedral, the saints and apostles look down as she sails away. Oh, you can see them, you know they're shining. Someone knows I care. Words are simple and few. Listen, listen, she's calling to you. Feel birds tuppence a bed. Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bed.
All gone.
Tuppence, tuppence, tuppence a bed.
Don't say. Well, here she comes now. Tell her yourself.
Is that Mrs. Lockstock Willoughby?
Now don't interrupt when someone's barking. You were saying? Really? Well, if she keeps wandering off, perhaps you should keep her on a lead. Willoughby? Ah, well, here she comes now. Willoughby, it's all right. You know, sometimes
Bert, can Willoughby really talk?
Of course you can. Getting him to stop is the problem.
How do you learn to talk dog?
Well, what do you think? Master the grammar
Practice when you can.
and avoid mongrels.
Far too much slang.
Now, I can't stand here all day talking shop.
Talking shop, what a silly expression.
There's nothing silly about it in the least.
What do you buy in a talking shop?
Why, conversations, of course.
Well, I've never seen a talking shop.
Well, there is only one, and it belongs to Mrs. Corey.
Who?
Who's Mrs. Corey? Mrs. Corey's older than anybody alive. She went talking to William before he went conquering, Vlad before he went impaling, and Alexander before he wasn't so great.
We'll have to call it a shop in the park.
There's no shop in the park.
Anything can happen if you let it.
Oh, look at it! What a bonanza for conversations!
Good day to you, Mrs. Corey.
Well, 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 if it isn't Mary Poppins and Jane and Michael Banks.
She knows us.
And how is poor little Georgie?
Who?
Georgie Banks, your father. He used to give us nannies a slip and come into my shop here in secret.
That can't have been the same George Banks. It would be 40 years ago, and no one can remember back that far.
Listen, dearie, I remember everything. I remember George used to love my gingerbread. I wonder if we have any left today. Fanny, is it lively?
Yes, Mother.
Ah, here it is. Gingerbread pieces in gingerbread stars. Georgie always saved his gingerbread. So, what can I do for you, Mary Poppins?
Well, I did want an ounce of conversation.
I'm out of conversation, and I'm right out of words too. You see, we've had a lot of chatterboxes in today, but let me see what we have left. You see, we have a few letters and a little bit of back chatter. An ounce, you say? That'll be 15. Take your pick.
Go on, Jane. You can choose 7.
I've got a D, G, and I. I got an A, F, S, O, T, and P.
And I'll choose X. Now, what words can we make?
Well, I see dog and cat.
Rattleplex, that's 9.
Laboratophorus, that's 11. Nearly there.
Those don't count. Read them up.
Well, where do you think words came from in the first place? Somebody had to make them up.
No. You always use the same letter more than once. Now, let me see. Super. Califragilistic. Expialidocious.
That's not a word.
Of course it's a word, unless I'm very much mistaken. It's going to prove a rather useful one. When trying to express oneself is frankly quite absurd, to leaf through lengthy lexicons to find the perfect word. A little spontaneity keeps conversation key. You need to find a way to say precisely what you mean. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Even though the sound of it is something quite atrocious, if you say it loud enough, you'll always sound precocious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Wait, Mary Poppins. Doesn't mean anything.
It can mean whatever you want it to. When Stone Age men were chatting, simply counting would suffice.
Though if they heard this word, they might have used it once or twice.
I'm sure Egyptian pharaohs would have wrapped it in a gem. Then every single pyramid would bear this hieroglyph. Oh, supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. Say it and while it'll not be so ferocious. Add some further flourishes, it's so rococo-procious. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm diddle-diddling, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddling, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddling, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddling, I'm diddle-I.
The Druids could have carved it in the mighty monoliths.
The ancient Greeks and Turks would have used it in their myths. I'm sure the Roman Empire only entered the abyss because those Latin scholars never had a word like this. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. If you say it softly, the effect can be hypnosis.
Check your breath before you speak in case it's halitosis.
Yeah! Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I'm diddle-diddle, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddle, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddle, I'm diddle-I, I'm diddle-diddle. No, you can say it backwards, which is silicodali, sip-sip-siligar, philanthropus.
She may be tricky, but she's bloody good.
Michael! So when the cat has got your tongue, there's no need for dismay. Just summon up this word and then you've got a lot to say.
Pick out those 18 consonants and 16 vowels as well, and put them in an order which is very hard to spell.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
O-C-I-O-U-S.
Smarty pants.
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
steps there and stand back. You are never to come near this vase, nor no one else but me neither. That is an heirloom.
Heirloom.
While I do this, stay totally immobile.
Immobile.
Do not move a muscle.
Muscle.
Do not breathe. Do you hear me?
I might as well be dead.
Don't give me any ideas.
George, what's happened? Are you ill?
No, should I be?
Of course not. Only, why on earth are you home so early?
If you must know, I refused some German chaperone, and it appears he went to our rivals, and they gave him the money, and now it's turned into a gold mine.
Well, they can't expect you to get it right every time.
Can't they? It's exactly what they expect. That is more than loud enough! Where's my briefcase? I put it here. Michael? Jane? Give it to me! Must I put up with this behavior? You're their mother. Why can't you do something?
Well, I can try not shouting for a start.
Mary Poppins, you're supposed to be teaching the kids manners. Look at them. They're a pair of little savages. If I had it my way, you'd be out of the house by
George! You're tired. Mary Poppins, bring the children upstairs, please. Mr. Biggs is quite exhausted. Perhaps you could keep them occupied.
I hope you haven't forgotten, ma'am. Tonight's my evening out.
What? Oh, I had forgotten. I suppose the best people wouldn't ask you to change your plans.
No, ma'am, they wouldn't.
I thought not.
That's not fair. Daddy loses his temper and we're shut up in the nursery. Daddy's mean and he's rotten and I hate him.
Jane, take that back this instant. I will not have you criticize your father.
Why not? He criticizes you. Last week he said you were neither use nor ornament.
How dare you?
I heard him say it and so did you.
Sometimes people say things they don't mean. Mary Poppins, take the children upstairs, please. Come on. George,
What is it now?
I thought you might like to talk about it.
What would be the point?
Perhaps I could help.
Don't be ridiculous.
I'm serious, George. If you have troubles, I'd like to share them.
Don't worry. You will. Matter of fact, I've been suspended without salary and no notice until they decide what to do. Turns, ups and downs. One moment smiles, next moment frowns. But bad-tempered faces had better change quick, 'cause if the wind blows, the face just might stick. Chim chimani chim chim chubby chim chaboo.
plenty of toys to play with.
I don't want to. They're boring.
They might say the same about you.
Why does Daddy get so cross? Fathers are supposed to look after their children. They can't yell at them all the time.
Maybe. But have you asked who looks after the fathers when things go wrong?
The mothers, I suppose.
Not the children.
Wouldn't that be rather upside down?
Some families are upside down. For a while, at least.
I don't want to be part of an upside down family. I wish I could just run away. Why don't you? Somebody might adopt you. But you'd miss me. No, I wouldn't. I can have your toys. No, you could not. Yes, I could, and I jolly well would. Give that. Now look what you've done.
That's no way to treat Valentine. What's she ever done to you?
She's a doll, silly.
Now that's enough, you two. Into bed at once.
We haven't had our milk.
There'll be no buts and no milk either. If you can't be good, you might as well be sorry.
I wish you'd just leave us alone.
Be careful what you wish for.
I won't go to sleep, and you can't make me.
That, as in so many things,
Your information
is faulty.
much better, thank you.
Tempers are frayed, tempers are lost. Nobody stops to think of the cost.
But they tore my arm again.
Oh dear, children who lose their temper will lose everything else in the end.
They're not playing the game, not playing fair, not with the doll, not with the bear. Thrown on the floor and neglected, and they were to blame. Playing the game. Please tell them, Mary Poppins.
Why don't you tell them?
What's going on? What's happened to the toys? They think it's small and get back in the books.
Why should I? You've hurt them and called them names. Now it's their turn.
Some in the toys. Now is the time. You tell them the worst. To tell them their cry. Cry! One come on. Enter the fray. They need to hear what you have to say. Don't treat us this way. Don't deserve fun. So why should we stay? They stamp and shout, create such a fuss. They need to run the value of us.
Jane,
They are toys, and we do like with them. So there.
so there indeed.
Playing the game, having a ball. The
Where the smoke is all billowed and curved, hardly no day nor hardly no night. Things have waves and shadow and halfways in light. On the rooftops of London, cool. What a sight.
How clear and sweet now are you?
Best view in the world, eh? You get to see it. The birds, the stars, and the sweeps.
The wonderful view up here.
As the ladder of life has been strung, you may think a sweep's on the bottommost rung. Though I spend me time in the ashes and smoke, in this whole wide world there's no happier bloke. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney.
A sweep is as lucky can be. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney. Good luck will rub off when he shakes hands with you.
Oh, blow me a kiss.
But
That's lucky too.
everyone's changed, Bert.
But they're good kids, Mary.
Would I be bothered with them if they weren't?
So?
I can't help them if they won't let me. And there's no one so hard to teach as a child who knows everything. So they've got to do the next bit on their own.
Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chimney.
Goodbye, Bert.
Chim, 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 chimney. Sweet is as lucky can be.
Cheerio, Bert. Keep an eye on them.
Yes, she can. And she's taken all of our toys. What is the note?
Where is Mary Poppins?
Gone.
Gone? Well, if that doesn't take the bloomin' biscuit.
Mrs. Brill, what does au revoir mean?
Why?
Because that's what she's written on this note. Dear Jane and Michael, keep playing the game. Au revoir, Mary Poppins.
It's French, I know that. Does it mean God bless you? Or is it good luck? No, I remember now. Till we meet again. Now come inside before you catch your death.